Hey guys, this is another episode of Learn with Dotabuff's top 100 players. This time, I'll show this player's approach to safe lane Morphling. Be aware that this video will use nomenclature and concepts that are not really easy to understand if you're a new player. Feel free to keep watching the video and leave questions if you don't understand something that was said. All of the players didn't block the safe lane. Not only Morphling has horrible move speed, but a buff to the runes make them attractive. There are two main starting item builds. The greedy one, Wraithband and Tangle, and the safer choice, usually 2 tangles, 3 branches and a ring of protection. Or the same, but with 1 salve instead of 1 tangle. The greedy build requires a support, since Morphling will usually get Morph at level 1, and these players usually get 5 to 9 points in agility before going to lane, making them really squishy. They always max waveform at level 7 and they only get a point in ult at level 6 when they're out of regen in the lane. They can morph back losing almost no CS. The usual build is to get ult at level 9, maxing both waveform and morph at level 8. The build progression in lane is almost always going for an Aquila and boots, followed by Ring of Regeneration. Since the safe build has more regen, people might go to Aquila, Wand, Treads before the Ring of Regeneration. Sometimes Midas is picked up as well. Linken's appears to still be a core item, being picked in almost 100% of the games. Some players go for a battle build, like Treads, Manta, Skadi, usually when the enemy team doesn't have a lot of single target spells, making Linken's not so good. Morphling is a hero with a lot more finesse than anti-mage. Doing good with this hero goes way past being good at last hitting and being able to use the shotgun combo. The hero is really flexible, mobile, deadly, but squishy. Starting with waveform, you can dodge skills, farm and transition from multiple camps, farm lane creeps and harass at the same time, and use items like TP and Ethereal Blade while wave morphing. His second skill is usually used to do more damage than stunning, but support Morphling is starting to show up and it's deadly. His third skill facilitates his early game laning as well as gives him survivability when needed. You can use it while stunned. If you were using it before getting silenced or even doomed, it will still proc. You can even do it after TPing. A big misconception regarding Morphling is that he can't be active in the game since the beginning. He is deceptively good in getting kills in 1 vs 1s, since his waveform deals a lot of damage and gives him chasing power. Even at his best, he can't farm as fast as an anti-mage, but he can create chaos within certain safety and still get kills and items. Since he can go back to base with Replicate, he doesn't lose that much time like an anti-mage would to be active early. At the same time, he can still go really late game. His skill set and items scale really well. There are usually 2 approaches to the mid game with Morphling. If you're feeling safe enough, you can just push towers, force rotations only to go back to your replicate in base or in other lane, and keep doing stuff like that. The other one happens usually when you're behind or against a heavily ganking team. It's similar to an anti-mage. You push the lane into a safe position, farm the jungle camps, always thread switching since waveform costs lots of mana, and repeat. Since it's common for morphs to go both Aquila and Perseverance for the Linken Sphere, they can farm really fast. Regarding item build, there are mainly 2 trends. They usually start with a Linken's, and from there it can be Manta, Skadi, BKB, or E-Blade, Butter, Skadi. The playstyles are pretty different, since the first one is based in fighting, while the other one is based in bursting. One thing the new Morph players usually face is that they are not familiar with right-clicking in teamfights with Morphling. Pay attention on this Morphling's build. He knew Swen would go BKB at some point, so he opted for a fighting build, not even getting a later Ethereal Blade. If you're going E-Blade though, a good rule of thumb is to make your AHP 200 bigger each 10 minutes, starting from 900 at 10 minutes. This last part of the video is an amazing teamfight, where the Morph player eventually loses the fight but showcases how a good Morphling should be playing. He starts suiciding to get a buyback off. See the difference between playstyles. He has to play more in the back of the fights. Since he doesn't see an opening, he uses Replicate to close the gap and quickly destroys the Drown Ranger. The BKB is popped at the right moment, protecting him from the Lion, and then he proceeds to kill not only the Lion but the fat Drow Ranger. In seconds, he still escapes, then morphs back to agility and tries to use a salve to regenerate faster, but it's not enough and they end up losing the game. Morphling is a really complicated hero to play. If you want to master this hero, be prepared for hours of lobby practice in his combos as well as his farming patterns. Try to study the mechanics of the damage of the shotgun combo. I'll leave a quick rule of thumb. At 100 agility, you deal close to 600 damage with both E-Blade and your stun after reductions. Each 10 points in agility increases the damage of the combo by 40. If you waveform an ethereal target, it deals close to 350. So, at 150 agility, you will deal the original 600 damage, and now you combine that with 350 from wave and the extra 200 damage from more agility, and you get almost 1.2k damage after reduction. Thanks for watching, guys. Don't forget to vote for the next hero and follow me in other social medias if you're interested in my channel.